Hey, John, how you doing?
Good. How are you, Craig?
I'm doing great. This is, I guess, our second one of 2026.
Second of 2026. Second recording of 2026. This is actually I think it's our 100th recording. Not of like if we're talking individual, but
It's our 100th or 101.
is
Because I
it?
got numbering in two different places of our Silicon Scoop live recording. We used to call it something else a while ago.
Yeah.
Future Tech, and
Yeah.
here we are. So, happy 100th, John.
Happy 100th or 101. Whatever it is.
All right, so there's a lot to talk about this week. We're gonna jump into some rapid fire things just to make sure we can cover as much of it as possible. And I
Yeah.
got everything loaded. You can hear me. The proper stuff is on the screen. Let's go. If you think AI is just for your phone or computer, CES 2026 just proved us all wrong. From Lego bricks that talk back to toilets that track your health, the tech coming to your home this year is getting way smarter and a little bit weirder. We're breaking down the biggest trends from the world's largest tech show so you know what's actually worth your money. CES 2026 marks the year that AI moves out of the cloud and directly into your physical gadgets. We are seeing a massive shift towards local AI, where your devices, from your vacuum to your laptop, think for themselves without needing constant internet connection. It's a transition from tech being a tool to tech being an autonomous assistant in every room of your house. A lot going on at CES this year, John. Where do you want to start?
Well, let me start out by saying I was actually thinking of going this year, and I'm glad I didn't. I've been before, but I was disappointed in just the gadgets. Like there were some cool gadgets, but there was nothing that really was like, wow, oh my God, this is super, super cool, like they have in the past. There are some cool stuff. And maybe it's just because we're doing these recordings and we're always talking about the latest stuff. So we're on top of it. But like there was some cool mini RGB stuff, which is new tech that we're not covering today. There was this paper thin battery that we'll cover next in a follow-up episode. There was a lot of XR glasses, which now I think we're at the point where I'm going to buy one this year. So that's kind of cool. But besides that, it was just, I didn't feel like a really innovative CES, if that makes sense to me. You're on mute.
When I was doing my research and I was looking around all the CS stuff, there wasn't too many exciting things, but we picked the best stuff, I think.
Yeah.
And so let's let our audience decide what they think is exciting or not, or whether this is normal. Last year, we had the Rabbit R1, which was this big hype and turned out to be a big letdown. We had a bunch of other things. So we should probably, in the next couple of weeks, do what happened to those things in 2025 that where we talked about a CS. But let's jump into this. So think of it as a brain upgrade for your house. Instead of gadgets just being remotely controlled by your phone, they now have enough built-in intelligence to understand what you're doing and react in real time. You know, this solves the dumb smart home problem. Devices are becoming context aware, meaning they don't just follow a schedule. They see what's happening like a vacuum seeing stairs and adapts. Now, you were talking about, like, we're going to talk about a few of these things, which is really cool. But you mentioned a robot that takes how long to fold a shirt?
Well, to me, it was 5 minutes. I didn't really check it, but it was so slow that I couldn't keep watching it. Let's put it that way. So, even if you put it on 2x speed, it was still very slow. But everyone's talking about it. I know we're not covering it too much on here, but yeah, it was like everyone's been wanting a robot that folds laundry, apparently. But this thing does it excruciatingly slow. Where I could, in the time it takes to fold that one shirt in the video, I could have probably folded the whole load. So good that we've got something. I would even call it a proof of concept because it's proving that it can be done, but it needs to be sped up.
Yeah, and there's lots of other things to talk about, and we're going to talk about them early, some of them in detail and some of them not.
Yeah.
Let's talk about interactive play. Your kids' Lego sets will now make engine noises or battle sounds based on how they're moving the pieces, or robot vacuums that can now finally climb stairs, meaning you no longer have to carry them between floors, and they vacuum the stairs as they go. Or your bathroom fixtures, like the toilet throne, which can alert you to health changes before you even feel symptoms. Or laptops with AI chips. We talked about the smart Legos. They're shipping in 2026. Futuristic rollable screens and home robots like the LG's Cloyd are still in the coming soon phases. And some of these things range from $70 for the smart Lego set to thousands for the micro RGB ultra premium TVs that you were talking about.
Yeah. I kind of liked Lenovo's laptops that their screens expand. So there was two that were showcased at CES. One was a screen that they're called rollable screens. So it rolled vertically, and one that rolled horizontally. So it turned into an ultra wide and an ultra tall. I don't know if that's the name for the monitor, but I thought those were cool. I think there's a use case for those, and there's one of them, the rollable XD concept. There was also a laptop that because you were talking about AI and laptops, right? So there's the one that goes vertically in the video there, but there was also a laptop that would track you. So the screen itself was motorized. It was a laptop, and the screen was motorized and would track you, and it could nod yes to you and shake no. So that was really cool as well. But this is, Lenovo. They also, I think they own Motorola as well. They also released a fold phone, which seems to be the most affordable fold that you're going to be able to get, and it's got some great specs. But yeah, these rollable, I know there was rollable phones released at CES last year as concepts. I think that the integration into laptops is a good use case. What do you think about that?
Yeah, and I can't remember whether it was who it was, if it was the Asus, where once open, the screen expanded left to right. Rather than,
I think that was also Lenovo, but it could have been Asus.
Okay, yeah, and I wasn't sure if it was left or right that really had me interested. If it's the same, if it's Lenovo as well, that's amazing. But the concept is really good because I'm already carrying, I'm using my iPad as a second monitor most places I go because I got so much going on.
The Legion, Lenovo Legion that goes widescreen. Sorry.
Fantastic. And so the concepts are cool. I think most of them are made, like, obviously they're shipping when they're shipping. Some of these soon. And like we'll talk about the rollable laptops. Let me see if we talked about it here. No, I don't have a date for those. Do you have a date for the rollable laptops?
I don't.
Anyway, yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to distract us from there, but they seem like I don't want the first one. I definitely probably don't even want the second version because it seems like it's something that's going to have all sorts of problems from the get-go. Just because it's a brand new technology and form factor, and we throw our laptops around, well, in my backpack and lugging it on the train and this and that, like it just seems so ripe for problems that it's going to take a few versions for them to get it right. And the
especially
design does,
the motors, because the motors are built into the screen itself, right? So there's you're definitely gonna have some engineering issues as far as durability from the get-go.
What else do we talked about? There was the rollable laptop screens are shipping coming soon. We don't have that. So privacy and putting sensors in the toilets for smart menstrual pads, meaning that your intimate health data is being digitized. Additionally, local AI chips require more battery power, which could lead to shorter life cycles for portable gadgets, depending.
Go ahead.
Okay.
This throne thing, I feel, is gimmicky and not in a good way. The reason being is because the Throne sensor is called Throne 1. It only uses optical and acoustic sensors, and it's meant to track digestive and hydration patterns. So you essentially have to use the same toilet every time. So if you have multiple toilets in the house, like or else you're not going to get an accurate reading. There's no sensors to actually read the makeup of your stool, so it's just using optical and acoustic sensors. Which, how good can they be to help you track your poop? What do you think?
I don't know, but I think I'm surprised the toilet throne technology has taken so long to get here, because we've all heard about the smart Japanese toilets for a long time now. And, how long has it taken to get here? And it seems like the logical place to check health, because there's so much things you can check, and you use it every day. Why hasn't it come here yet? Maybe it's because we don't like thinking about it.
Yeah, I think we're closer to us, because I could have sworn it was at CES this year, but I can't find it, or maybe before CES. But it was a urine analysis. So you put it in your toilet, and it's actually got sensors and different things to actually read the chemical makeup of your urine. And that reminds me of that movie, The Island, where the guy wakes up and he uses the toilet, and it tells him all these different things. And I think that is a better use of toilet technology than this stool sensor that they've come out with. But I'll have to find it, and maybe we can cover it. But yeah, I don't know. I just I don't know how useful this sensor will be.
Yeah, keep talking. I'm having a problem.
Okay, no worries. Yeah. So yeah, the thing is it seems that health tech is shifting from steps and sleeps to biomarkers and longitudinal baselines, which is great. This is just weird to me. I know, like, the clever part of this isn't a camera in a bathroom, but it's more building a personal baseline so you can detect meaningful deviations. But how accurate can it be? Again, back to my original point, you'd have to use the same toilet every time, or move that sensor, and I wouldn't want to move that sensor to every toilet every time I use the throne. So yeah, it's supposed to track metrics such as stool consistency, digestive patterns, hydration, and apparently urinary wellness indicators. So yeah, I'm interested to see how accurate or how well it works. But we'll have to see. What do you are you okay over there now, or what? Or do we want me to keep talking? Yeah, okay, I'll keep talking. So I kind of want to move on from this, because I kind of talked it to death. So I'm going to move on to the keyboard computer, which I think is really cool. And so this is awesome. I love this concept, because what HP did was they built a full PC into a keyboard. So you plug it into monitors, and you basically got a desktop. So it's portable, it's clean desk friendly, and essentially it's aimed at IT managed office setups. So what's cool about this is it integrates an AMD Ryzen AI 300 series chip inside of the keyboard chassis, plus cooling. Yes, a fan, actually. It's got memory, it's got storage, it's got speakers, and it's got ports. So it's designed to connect over USB-C. And you can configure it with 64 gigs of DDR5 RAM and 2 terabytes of storage. You can also have an optional fingerprint sensor and an optional user replaceable 35-watt battery. What I like about this is that with these new XR AR glasses that are coming out, this is perfect. So you plug in your glasses into this keyboard. You've got a full-fledged computer, and it's just a keyboard. I would actually seriously look at getting this if I had those XR AR glasses. But did you have a look at that, Craig, or are you okay now, or what?
Well, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it was working. I could only hear you if I was muted, and you could only hear me if I was unmuted, and then I couldn't hear you anymore, and then nothing worked. But now we're back. So that was interesting. Did you see the Index 01 Smart Ring or the Pebble Round 2 smartwatch?
I saw the Pebble, and it's getting rave reviews. I love that Pebble. So for those of you that don't know, Pebble released one of the first smartwatches on the market, but way back in the day, I think in the early or late 2000s. And so then they got bought out, but now they've released this new watch. And so when they first released that first watch, it got rave reviews as well. For the time, the tech was really advanced. And now they've come out with this new round watch, which is absolutely phenomenal and getting reviews. I didn't look at it in depth. Did you have a video of it at all, Craig, or did you look at it being used?
No, the videos that I saw didn't look really good, but it looks interesting. But I think it's idea's time has come and passed. So we'll see. I mean, I think it has a retro following and whatnot, but we'll actually see if it can compete in today's marketplace. I don't think it can, but we'll see. The Lego blocks are interesting. Like, for example, the Star Wars play sets, they have like the TIE fighter. So they make the engine sounds, the lightsaber swooshes, and theme music linked to play action. So when you're flying it, it'll make engine sounds, or if you're doing lightsaber motions, it'll play lightsaber motions, sounds and stuff. So these kind of things are really, really interesting. When they start adapting technology to traditional toys, you start doing sound and motion and start adding that to what they're already doing with augmented reality. And pretty soon you're going to have some very, very interesting things.
Yeah, I like the Lego bricks because they're integrating technology into a physical medium, right? So there's no screen needed for this. So they can just work in the real world. And it's really cool that they were able to integrate a custom 4.1 millimeter ASIC chip, along with RGB LEDs, a small speaker, sensors, a radio stack, and even inductive charging. So their goal apparently was to build a brick that's still physically Lego, so you can integrate it into your current Lego systems, current Lego bricks, which is awesome. I think there's a lot of good use cases for this. I think that this is great for getting kids away from screens, but also still having that interactivity and that feedback of different sensors and things like that. So I like this.
Did you talk about the 100-inch LG wallpaper TV, or that these BrickNet Lego has now this wireless layer that the Lego pieces can talk to each other, called the BrickNet, without using Wi-Fi?
Oh, cool. So, okay, so that's integrated into these new bricks then. So that's cool. So they have their own protocol, I guess.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff. Like the Cloyd robot is probably the robot you were talking about that starts laundry cycles, folds clothing, unloads dishwashers. But it, sounds, based on everything we've seen, it's not great from a speed point of view. Well, I've seen a lot of home TV and home audio and different this and different that. And remember that CES stands for the Consumer Electronics Show, and it's where a lot of the big companies go and decide what types of things they're going to buy this year and from whom, and big deals happen. So that's why there's a lot of that stuff, even though, like, I saw a lot of people reporting on different turntables, and I'm like, okay, that's great, but is that really newsworthy?
Yeah, no, I know there was this new attachment for the turntable. It was a Bluetooth. I can't remember what it was, but it fit under the turntable. And it connected via Bluetooth. I didn't look too much into it because, again, it, like you said, it was boring. But yeah, I thought There were some cool sound stuff. Like there was this Samsung speaker thing, black. There was black, white, and yellow speakers. But yeah, there was actually something we didn't even talk about. There's a new BlackBerry, quote unquote BlackBerry, that got released from Click. So Click released a phone similar to the old BlackBerry Bold with a keyboard and a screen, which I think was really cool. Did you see that, Craig?
I did not, but I'm just trying to see if I had it in my notes here. The Samsung Trifold. We've got. No, I didn't see it.
Okay, let me see if I can send you the.
It's all right. We people can look it up. We've got a lot. We're already 22 minutes in. All right. Like smart bulbs, smart plugs, the smart home is really a big thing. A lot more health and wellness, like different monitors for urine analysis, different biomarkers. We talked about that with the Throne. So there is a lot going on at CES, and there's a bunch of information on the Pebble here as well. I was asking you about the In01 smart ring because you really track the smart ring market. Now, this one's supposed to track your heart rate, sleep, activity patterns, and possibly heart rate variability. And it pairs with an AI assistant or AI-driven analytics platform to provide insights rather than raw data streams. Is this something you're thinking about?
I didn't see it. Is it the Pebble Index 01?
Yes, it's the Pebble.
Okay. So is that the one that has external memory for your brain kind of thing? You catch ideas, or are we talking more of a smart ring?
It's a smart ring for health.
Oh, okay, no, I didn't see that, and I can't find it anywhere.
All right, well, we'll look it up later. You can look it up later.
No, so I am tracking the ring market, and I know Urk came out with a new one this year. There are a couple different smart ring manufacturers. It's what I'm finding with the smart rings this year is they're more about adding features as opposed to coming out with new hardware. The ones that already have rings out is what I'm saying. But my ring hasn't worked in months. So I'm waiting for Samsung to see if they're going to release a version 2 of their ring. And then I think I'm going to buy that one.
At our Flowgrammer Cafe this past Friday, we had a hardware analytics / platform, a total package company there working with us. And you'll love to hear, I won't talk out of school here because I don't know what's public and what's not, but you'll love to hear what they have coming because it's super cool. They're doing stuff that no one else is doing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, cool. You got the click phone communicator here. Okay, let me just share this instead. So this is the new BlackBerry.
Does that not bring back the days of the BlackBerry?
It does bring back the days of the BlackBerry. I do like the keyboard designed for doing, not doom scrolling. So I guess you can do a few apps, you can text, you can email, but it's really not like a web browser or a social media tool.
No, I think it's got full-fledged Android. I could be wrong though. So the cool thing about these guys though is that not just this phone that they've developed and released, but they develop an attachment to say, like, because I've got the Z Flip, right? So you can add on similar to this, just a keyboard at the bottom, so that you have the keyboard that you can type. They also released a really cool keyboard that's MagSafe. So it MagSafes onto your phone, onto the back of your phone, and it kind of like, remember the old phones that you would flip up and you get the keyboard, or you push up and you get the keyboard? They've released that, but in a keyboard format for just any phone that you could attach it to for MagSafe.
Yeah, I have to take a look at it. It looks cool, but when they start with, let me scroll back to the top here, that designed for doing, not doom scrolling, it just seems like it's part, and I could be wrong, part of the new types of devices that are trying to keep you in touch and let you do the crucial things, but make it difficult to do the doom scrolling social media. You can't get on YouTube, or it's really hard kind of thing, because it's not there for distraction.
Yeah. What's
So
cool
I
is
don't know if
it's
this is
launching
one
with
of those or not.
yeah, what's cool is it's launching with Android 16 with support of up to at least Android
I've covered a
20,
lot of.
which is cool. You can unmute.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I don't want to unmute it because
Oh.
we'll get in trouble for music copyright potentially or something.
Okay.
Looks cool.
Yeah. I like it.
But anyway, there's a lot of new cool technology over at CES. You'll let us know. What do you think was the coolest thing? Do you think the new Samsung Galaxy books? They talked about the new, we didn't talk about them, the new Intel Core Ultra 3 series books, notebooks and computers. So we'll have to see how well they do, or if they're going to break Intel's current downtrend.
Well, apparently, from what I heard, is yes, it will break Intel's downtrend. The reason being is because apparently the new chips already beat AMD's new chips. So I'm not sure what that means because I haven't done a deep dive, but yeah, apparently these chips are really good, the ones they released. But did you read anything about them, Craig?
Yeah, I heard everyone's touting them up, but it's the same stuff, right? Like, we've done a few things on Intel. Everything sounds great. The golden future Intel chips are gonna sing and dance, all sing and all dancing. They're the best chips in the world. Then they come out and they don't quite meet performance. They're corroding. They're causing things to reboot. They're overheating. They're short-circuiting systems, and everybody doesn't know what's going on. So that's what I mean by, will they get past will these ones actually work? Because people left these in droves because they're higher end processors were causing all sorts of grief. And then we find out that it's happening in the lower end processors too, just only when you push them a certain, So that's why I wonder, is this going to break that curse? I hope it does, because I'd like to see Intel start to be a player again.
I hope so too. Yeah, I hope that they've learned from their mistakes, unlike other companies like Boeing, and are going to do a lot of testing and thorough testing before actually releasing these chips in mass production. I think the biggest problem that they've had is that when they scale up the production, that's where they run into issues with their chips, because their demo chips work well, but then once they get into consumer hands, that's when they break. Or maybe they're just not doing proper testing. I don't know. But you would think a company like Intel would do proper testing before releasing a chip.
So 2026 is the year AI stops being a buzzword and starts being a tool that actually handles chores you hate in the home. So are you ready to let our robot do your laundry, fold your clothes, put your dishes away, vacuum your stairs? Or is a smart toilet a bridge too far on your privacy? Let us know what you think. Which of these gadgets you'd actually like to let into your home or carry around with you? So I had thought we'd cover each of these things individually, but it sounds like maybe not.
Yeah, well, you were going all over the place. So,
well, I was trying to cover what was in the main article, the one you sent me, and then I was going to do deep dives into the other things. So I have articles and deep dives into each one of these. What do you want to do?
We can deep dive. Well, there's some we didn't cover, so we can cover the graphene spun, the 3D graphene. We can.
Oh yeah, we still got from CS. We still have Computer, we still have microwave data center. We not this, we have fusion, dark matter, cardboard concrete, and the XAI cache burn.
Let's do the things,
and the soft cell.
Yeah, let's do a deep dive into the ones we didn't cover, and we can start with the Roborock, the vacuum, and then dive into other ones. I'll let you lead, but let's start with Roborock.
You got it.
Or we can deep dive into all of them. I don't care. And release like mini episodes for each of the Lego ball, or like each of the the items.
If you live in a house with more than one floor, you know the absolute pain of carrying your robot vacuum up and down the stairs like a toddler. Well, that ends today. Well, now, because we finally have a robot that doesn't just avoid stairs, it actually climbs them. We're diving into the brand new Roborock Saros Rover, and it's basically a mountain climber for your living room. What do you think about this, John?
I like this. This is really cool. This scares me because now you can't run away from robots because now they can climb stairs, especially your vacuums. So if you're scared of vacuums, do not get this. So there's actually another one that we didn't cover that has like these chainsaw looking legs, but this one's really cool because their approach is a wheel leg architecture. So it's got articulating limbs that are on wheels that lift, they plant, and they push in a frog-like way. So it's not the fastest climbing robot, so don't expect it to jump 2 stairs at once, but it climbed 5 steps in just under 3 minutes. So it handled edge balancing and controlled movement. The other thing too is it can also do small hops to clear thresholds, which is useful for multi-level room transitions, and that stops most spots. So this thing is really versatile. It can handle most layouts in the home, and you can see the video there. It's really cool. There's the little hop. The only thing is that there's no release date or full specs for it. That's the only concern. So how long does this last? But this is cool. What do you think?
Yeah, for years, stairs have been the final boss for robot vacuums, forcing owners to either buy multiple units or do the heavy lifting themselves. So these types of ones change the game, right? They have articulating legs. They walk up the steps. You see how they circled around, and you can see in the video we're showing here, or and how it can vacuum the stairs while it's doing it, which is interesting. It moves like a swimmer doing a backstroke going down the stairs. It uses its leg to hoist itself up steady. So it looks pretty cool. I think people will love to see this type of thing. This particular one has a 35,000 PA of suction, which is really good. But they're saying, this was one of the stars of the show, but it's supposed to hit the market later this year.
Okay.
And the the Curve 2 Flow sister model is supposed to be shipping late January, so later this month.
Okay.
So the catch battery and complexity. Climbing stairs takes a lot of energy, so we don't yet know if the battery can handle a 3-story house in one go, or also moving parts like the legs mean more things could eventually wear down and break. Yeah. Experts are concerned with the noise level during the climbing process, so we'll have to see how that goes. But this is a very interesting.
The other thing to think about though with this is the capacity of it, right? So when it gets full, if it's on another floor, how does it get rid of its full container, right?
Yeah, good question. And we'd have to actually go back and check that out. So we'll have to see how this goes. We're finally entering the era where a whole home cleaning actually includes the whole home, stairs and all. So is the ability to skip the stair carry worth $1,000 price tag? Or are you happy doing the lifting yourself? Let me know what the price level would be for you to buy one of these stair climbing vacuuming robots. Or will you continue to do it yourself? Are you ready to
myself?
Are you happy to let a legged robot take over your house?
No.
We'll be tracking this and we'll let you know as they come out, because I'd love to see it when they're released.
Yeah.
If you thought your smartwatch knew everything about you, wait until you see what your toilet has to say. Today, we're talking about a $340 US toilet computer designed to watch what you leave behind so you don't have to. It's the next level of the quantified cell, but it is a medical breakthrough, or is it a massive privacy nightmare? The Throne Toilet is an AI-powered add-on that turns any standard toilet into a high-tech health lab using cameras and microphones to analyze your bowel movements, It's making headlines because it automates gut health tracking, a task that used to require manual or messy journaling, specifically targeting the millions of people now taking weight loss and diabetic medication. What do you think about this, John?
So I'm definitely not buying this. I think this is a gimmick because it uses optical and acoustic sensors, right? So there's no sensors that are sensing the chemical makeup of the stool. It's analyzing metrics such as stool consistency, digestive patterns, hydration, and apparently urinary wellness indicators. And so the thing the other big downfall with this is you have to use the same toilet every time. And what happens if you move it around the toilet? So if you move it from one toilet to another, and you move it back to the other toilet, if you have it in a different area of the toilet or side of the toilet, like is that going to affect how it analyzes things? So I'm not a big fan of this. I know there's other ones like in the island that analyzes your urine. But it actually does a chemical analysis, not just visual, like this visual thing. I'm not a big fan of this. Are you?
No, I think the visual and audio is not enough.
Yeah.
I don't have the same problems you do. Like, if you had something like this, you don't need it necessarily on every toilet. You can train yourself to go once a day or whatever. If you've got a problem where every single time you need to track, then you've got a different kind of problem where it versus say in the morning or in the evening, right? Where, once a day
Well,
you
no,
use
that's
this, it
what I
lets
mean.
you know it's going.
But that's what I mean. Like if you're out of the house, say you're in Toronto and you miss a day, is the AI going to be able to adapt to that and know that, like, okay, this person did have a stool movement, or bowel movement, but it wasn't here? Like, there's just so many questions I have about this.
Yeah, again, we've the Japanese have had this kind of technology for a long time, with music and fragrance and whatnot to make it a more pleasant experience, plus analysis of this. But this doesn't seem like the right solution. $340, it sits on the side of your toilet, takes pictures and audio, and right now people don't want that. But
Yeah.
um, it's supposed to automate your health logs. No more trying to remember if you're being constipated for 3 days. The app tells you exactly what's happening. If you're on drugs like Ozempic or Mounjaro, it tracks how these meds are affecting your digestion in real time. And, you can export the gut health report to show your doctor actual data instead of guessing how you're feeling. So there are pre-orders. It's around $40. They're opening at the end of February. It's you also have to pay $6 a month or $72 a year for
Okay.
the data analysis and stuff. Yeah, I mean, you're putting a high resolution camera and microphone in your toilet bowl.
Yeah. This is
How
good for voyeurs.
are you? How long till that gets abused?
Exactly.
We've seen how Uber was tracking stars and celebrities and late night this and late night that, and they knew what was going on. Imagine to this level, it's a whole different kind of ball game when they've got these close up images and sounds of whoever. So yeah, I'm concerned about privacy, especially a random company that I don't know of. Not that they would be any better or worse than a bigger company. Extras point out this is not an FDA cleared medical device. It cannot diagnose cancer or Crohn's or infection. So it's also
Yeah.
unclear how it handles a household with multiple people.
Yeah. Well, I guess through the
So,
app, right? That like you'll just say, "Hey,
yeah,
I'm taking a poop." Yeah.
I guess, I guess there's another reason to take your phone into the bathroom. The device needs to be charged via 13-foot USB-C cable about once a month to make sure you have an outlet nearby. I don't know. This is interesting. I like that they're trying different approaches to
Yes.
gut health. Um, but the toilet throne, is this the ultimate tool for health nerds? But it requires a high level of trust to let a camera into your most private moment. Is this the future of digital health or just way too much information? Let us know what you think. If you'd ever put a camera in your commode, we'll keep watching this story and see about when those first units ship in February.
I love this.
Okay. I get the toilet off the screen. Sorry, I was making sure. If you remember the 80s, you're going to love this. HP is literally putting your entire computer back inside your keyboard. We're looking at the new Elite Board G1A, and it's basically a Commodore 64 for the modern era, packed with enough AI power to run your entire office. What do you think about this, John?
This I'm super excited about. I'm going to track this because I would like to own one of these, I think. The reason being is because we talked about get XR AR glasses. I think this is perfect, but let's dive into this quick. So it integrates an AMD Ryzen AI 300 series chip inside of the chassis for the keyboard. It's also got a fan for cooling. It's got place for memory, storage, speakers, and even ports. And it's designed to connect over USB-C and can drive up to 2 4K displays, daisy chain, but still 2 4K displays. So it can be spec'd up to 64 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM, 2 terabytes of storage, an optional fingerprint sensor, and an optional user replaceable 35 watt hour battery, which is about 3.5 hours estimate of battery power. So I think this is really cool because all you need now is a monitor. And you've got this keyboard. This is great for minimal setups, minimal desk setups. Obviously, it's not a super powerful PC, but hey, if you got these XR AR glasses, you're on the plane. All you need to do is bring the keyboard in and your XR AR glasses, and you're off to the races. What do you think about this? I'm excited, but what do you think, Craig?
Well, I'd like to see how that combo is going to work. I'm still out a little bit on the glasses, like you, not like you.
Yeah.
I think I don't like stuff on my head. I've got glasses, but these things are heavier and bulkier, and I don't necessarily like them. However, this keyboard is a really interesting idea, especially if they put like a clamshell thing. You're talking about portability. So by default, I don't think of a keyboard as portable. It would need something to clamp on the front of it, so keyboards and things didn't get jammed or whatever, like when you put it in a bag, you know what I mean? So that nothing major, or slip it into some sort of sleeve that you could put it in so you take with you. But the idea of a portable computer that has all your stuff that you could plug in wherever you happen to be, or use your XR glasses and just plug into every TV when you want to use a monitor is appealing. But the form factor does not feel portable to me. So I think it loses. If that's what they were going for, you're definitely losing something.
True,
However,
it's too long to fit in a regular backpack, I guess, maybe, eh?
I think you can fit it in, but it would kind of be poking out a bit. Like if you're talking about taking it on the plane, it wouldn't fit properly on the tray. You got the full keypad on the right, so that's going to be a long one. I've got I got one of those, and they are not short.
No, you're right. I'm looking at mine, and it's too long. Yeah, I like this because like in the last time I heard about a keyboard computer there was no batteries. It was plugged in, so it didn't make that much sense back in the day.
Yeah, and this HP unveiled device Ryzen PC at your fingertips. The concept is really cool, and the fact I don't know what the price is. Did you see a price?
No, I didn't see a price.
Pricing isn't official yet, but expected to be priced similar to a mid-range business laptop or a high-end mini PC. So you get your entire desk surface back, no tower on the floor or mini PC. So that's interesting if you like clean. But as soon as you see it's not that clean, right? Look at you're plugging it into shit.
Yeah.
It's funny that they're funny how they talk about clean desktop, but every picture immediately looks like there's a bunch of clutter.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know how clean it is, but having a Copilot PC that has a dedicated NPU brain for AI means things like live translation, smart search happen instantly versus using your CPU and stuff. So that's a trend moving forward. I do like the style. I do like the concept. I just curious to see if this will actually catch on and do anything.
Yeah, we'll have to see. If they can See, like that keyboard doesn't look as long as mine. So I don't know. I'd have to see it in person and see. So hopefully Staples or Best Buy will bring it in so I can play with it and see. But yeah.
Critics are worried about repairability. The prototype only has 2 USB-C ports. To actually use it, you need a dongle or a hub to plug in your power, your monitor, and your mouse. So keep all that in mind.
Mouse nowadays?
Pardon?
Who uses
Who plugs in a mouse? Yeah, well, sometimes you have to charge it.
Oh yeah. Well,
I got a lightning charger in mine. Some people have USB-C, but I got to plug in the cable when it dies.
I charge this maybe once a month. My mouse and my keyboard.
Okay, fair enough. But gamers do sometimes you plug in their mouse and whatnot. But that's neither here nor there. My point is, if you want an external hard drive, if you want any of that kind of stuff, you're looking at, a hub to plug everything into and whatnot. So dongles everywhere. The Elite G1A keyboard proves that the all-in-one computer doesn't have to be a monitor. It can be a tool that you're used to touching all day. Like, it changes the idea. Up to now, the all-in-ones have been monitors, right? So now that we're moving away from that, what are the new form factors we're going to see in the future? Is something like this the workplace of the future, or are we just nostalgic for the 80s? What do you think, John? Are you going to ditch your tower for this, or your notebook, or you just you want to play with it first?
I want to play with it first. Absolutely.
And that's fair. So go check all that out on torontostarts.com, or do a Google search for the HP Elite G1A keyboard, and we'll be watching it when it comes out. I'm sure John will go take a look at it in stores and give us an update.
For sure. You mean microwave size data center?
Yeah, absolutely. But it looks like a microwave on your. I want to just get that one open so I can look at it later. Got it. Imagine taking an entire high-tech server room, the kind that usually require its own building and a massive cooling system, and shrinking it down to the size of a microwave sitting on your kitchen counter. That's exactly what's happening right now with the rise of edge AI, supercomputers. Today, we're breaking down a company called Odin is trying to kill the traditional data center and put world-class AI power in the palm of your hands. What do you think about this Odin Omnia, John?
I think this is cool. And Omnia just makes me think of ominous because there aren't too many details about this. But I think this is great. So I think this is a standout exhibit from CES because this is essentially a microwave-sized supercomputer, if we're going to call it what it is, right? It's an AI computing system that you can put in your house, and like you said, it's the size of a microwave. So this is different than NVIDIA's desktop AI computers, and I don't know why, because I don't know how, but because there aren't too many details. Did you find a lot of details on the makeup of this at all, Craig, or just like high level? This is supercomputer at home kind of thing.
Well, I know that the cost isn't for your home office yet. The internal parts alone cost about $550,000. So the final price tag is going to be higher depending on the GPUs you put inside. So it looks like there is you have a lot of options. So they didn't specifically, but you can put different GPUs on there. They're talking about ultra secure privacy for hospitals, or resorts and malls can run real-time surveillance AI to spot threats, or military soldiers in remote areas can have high-level AI intelligence in the field without needing satellite connection. But it's moving out of the lab and into live use cases with military and enterprise partners right now. So we'll have to see where this goes. It uses off-the-shelf NVIDIA chips.
Yes, it does. Yeah. The thing I like about this is we've had we've had AWS issues in the cloud issues. We've had a lot of cloud computing downtime. I think, although it's expensive, but I think this is a great solution to have an on-prem solution that you can use locally instead of relying on the cloud. You can have your own, you can create your own cloud from this with this. I think this is timely as far as the release of this, based on all of the issues that are going on with cloud computing and cloud storage. I think this is a great alternative, although expensive alternative. But in the long run, does it mean more uptime? I don't know.
So I do have some tech specs here. It's under 90 pounds. It's portable by 2 people. It can hold up to 4 top tier NVIDIA GPUs.
Wow.
One cluster, the Infinity Cube, can hold 27.5 petabytes of storage in just a 14 by 14 foot case space. Yeah, so it looks really cool. I'm curious to see how many people are. The one thing about a data center is somebody can't walk out with it, but that's not necessarily the case anymore with this thing. So, how many people are going to be putting $550,000 in this and putting it on a desk?
No, they're not going to do it. They'll put it in a secured area, but this does give them the option to have an on-prem solution.
Agreed. You know, it's surprising that over 98 billion in data center projects were blocked last year due to local residents complaining about noise and power usage. This microwave supercomputer is a sneaky way to get a microwave style supercomputers or size way to get around those building permits. So, you know, there's some things that we'll see it happen. So,
Yeah,
is
maybe there's
the
a
era
gap that needs to be filled here. Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't think the era of big data center is over, but the walls are closing in as supercomputing becomes something you can carry into a building. And you know, the price is $550,000 now, but these things, you know, go down by a factor of 10. In a few years, it'll be 55,000. In a few years, it'll be 5,000. So, you know, how long till your laptop or whatever is a supercomputer? I'm curious to see that direction. Is this the end of the cloud as we know it, or just a very expensive niche for the military? Let us know what you think. If you trust a black box supercomputer in your office, we'll keep watching this story.
I've got time to cover that last one, the graphene, if you want.
Graphene. That the fusion dark matter?
No.
Or the soft
3D
cell in
graphene.
space?
Did you miss the 3D graphene? That's okay. We'll cover it next time.
All right. I must have missed it. Maybe I just called it something else, though.
Graphene meso
right.
sponge.
Okay, you'll have to talk to me in a minute, girl. I don't know if you can hear her, but she's talking. All right. What do you got going on, John? This is the stuff that's going out in the next week or so.
Yeah, so we've got some events at the Toronto Business Development Center. I'm doing some lunch and learns in person there. It's a great organization, great incubator. And then February, what date is the Startup Drinks, Craig?
I closed that, so I'm not sure. February 19th, I believe.
February 19th, but have a look at startupdrinks.com. startupdrinksto.com for that event and other events. If you need some help with government funding, SHRED, or any other grants, reach out to me on LinkedIn. But if you're interested in AI automation workflows, or you need help with your business, what can they do, Craig?
Well, we've got lots of stuff going on over at flowgrammer.ca, where we help businesses implement AI and business automation so they can scale faster and more reliable, get more leads, grow faster. We also have a growing community over at flowgrammers.ca, where we do Flowgrammer Cafe, we do live build events, we do demo events, we get the community together online and in person several times a month to show and demo and support anybody who's trying to do this, learn automation, end-to-end AI agent building. So check all that out. We have a series of events called Flowgrammer Cafe. The next one's February 6th, March 6th, and April 2nd. We do those right now in partnership with Workhouse, and those are full day drop-in headphones, laptop and work, and we'll have some experts on site that can help you troubleshoot, and we all kind of do a little walkthrough in the afternoon about what you're working on, and show us what you're working on and stuff, and it's really cool. So check all that out over at flowgrammer.ca and flowgrammers.ca, and coming soon, and you can sign up for this now, flowgramming.space, an AI agent and workflow marketplace where people can buy and sell agents or workflows. So if you're building agents and don't know what to do with them, where to sell them, go over there and check that out. Again, flowgramming.space. Or if you're building workflows, or if you want agents or workflows built, you can go over there and buy them. We have some interesting guarantees, and it's coming soon, so you can get your name on the waiting list right now. That's all we got going on, John. For everything else, go to TorontoStarts.com. I don't even think I mentioned it that whole time. Thanks everyone for watching. All the information about CES, and these interesting things. Any last words, John?
No. Check out our next episode. We're going to be talking about the weird stuff at CES. So,
all right, everyone. Thanks for watching.